everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today I decided that I was going to use the other palette to the Tarte collection, the Glamour palette, because after playing with the Gilded palette, which is my favorite palette that has released so far for the holiday season, and it still is, the Gilded palette is kind of still up there too. Now, the only reason it's not up there is because it's not my color story. But if I was basing it on formula, it would be maybe number 3 or 4. But because I'm basing it on my preference and color story, it's not. However, because you're getting both palettes for basically the price of one, I still think that that is your best deal you're going to get. And here's why. Not, they rank it at like $300. That's not it either. But what I'm saying it's still a good deal is because though all of these colors are not my favorite colors, colors I'm not going to wear daily, some of them are colors that I can definitely use a lot of the time. So, with that said, it's like it kind of is a multi-purpose palette in a sense. You know what I mean? Like the other one is definitely more my color story, more my gravitation, but this one still can be used to create certain looks that are my favorite. Now, this particular look I did create, and I was kind of going for creating a look I would wear every day using this palette. But then I thought, no, I think I'm going to take it darker because not everybody goes for that light and airy look. Some people want that darkness and depth and stuff. So I thought I'd just do something a little different. Plus, I believe when I did the palette the first time, I worked with the second row in this palette. This time I'm going to work with the first row. I still haven't worked with the third row, which is more like an olive greeny kind of color, because I'm not a comfortable person with that, number one. And number two, I just haven't gotten the chance. Like, the clothes I wear and stuff aren't really green, or even have green, really. So, But the first shade we're going to go into is Fringe. And like I said, I'm going to work with the top row of this palette. But really, today's been crazy. Because overall, I really like the way my makeup turned out today. My nose is a little bit too bronzed, I guess, or contoured, or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, I really like the rest of it. Like the foundation to the setting of it. And although the color of the foundation wasn't exactly right either, I don't know, there's something up with that. I was using a sample of the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, Broad Spectrum, SPF 25, a little sample of it, and it's in the color Medium Neutral 220, and it was really yellow. But I think that line goes more yellow tone, to be honest, because the concealer's the same way. Which I do have a little bit of warmth, yellow in my skin. But I think, honestly, I'm looking at it more, and I think it's more of a peachy color, not yellow. But I don't know. I'm not good with that. That is so hard to try to match your foundation shade, because I know with me, my face is all different tones, all in different places. And then my neck is completely different. And then, of course, my hands are completely white. So it's like, what do you go with? Do you go matching your neck? Do you go matching your chest, your hands? What do you match, I really I don't have the understanding, I guess, of makeup when it comes to that sort of stuff. At all. Not even a little bit. And I try, but I don't get there. At all. But when it comes to eyeshadows now, I don't understand maybe the precision that makeup artists have, but I more am into eyeshadows for just putting pretty colors together, really, in all honesty. It's not necessarily like to shape my eye in a certain way or anything like that. It's just more of having to play, in a sense. Like, my eyes are the canvas, in a sense, you know, on a blank piece of paper. And I'm coloring them in a sense. I don't know. I mean, I kind of go in theory of what they say, but not all the way. Okay, now that I got that color laid down, I got it laid down pretty good. And I like this color to start with, too. It's a very pretty pinky color. Pinky purple, I guess, in a sense. I don't know. Well, I guess it's not pinky purple. It's just more like a pink. But I like it. Then we're going to go into the shade Big City. I had all my brushes laying out over here. I don't know why, but I did. I think so they couldn't roll. That's why I did it, but now they're just stuck down in the door. Can't win for losing, to be honest with you. Alright, Big City. And this is more like a brown, but yet it's got like a pinky. It's like a pinky brown. It's just a light brown note, technically. But it still, you know, darkens it up as we start to darken. And again, I have hooded eyes. And wrinkly, because let's get real, I'm getting old, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. And I got veins and stuff. I do see them. But this still blends across them nicely. And it doesn't sit weird. It blends really nice across everything. All the texture, everything. I feel like I got a hair on my face. Always do. Between the cats or brushes, I'm not for sure which it usually is, to be honest. But I always feel like I have a hair. Okay. Maybe one more time, darkening it up. And I've really been enjoying this Marc Jacobs brush again, on how pointed it is, but yet how well it blends everything out. My tools are like my makeup too. Sometimes I forget what I have and how good it is, but I think I can find better, and then you don't, or maybe you do, but it still doesn't take away on how good, you know, this still is, you know. I tell you though, Tarte has really shocked me with a couple of their releases lately, because it's been really good. I'm going to take the same shade, Big City, and we're going to run it under the lower lash line. I'm just going to use the mirror in the palette. And I will say the mirror in the palette is a nice mirror. It's big. It's clear as a crystal. The mirror is. And again, this smudger brush here, it's like the perfect size for my under eyes. And I just love it. I really do love this brush too. Some of them I can, you know, rotate out, but the Marc Jacobs, the Sephora brush, and that one are like ones that I usually use all the time anymore. I really, really like them. Now I'm going to go into industrial. And here this is purple. It's a really dark purple in a sense. And I will say also that I like the way this palette is set up in the rows. And again, you don't have to go by the way it's set up, but it makes it to where you'll have a nice gradual effect if that's what you're looking for with your shadows. Also, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this little pointer brush right here. I do like it for precision, especially like I said with hooded eyes. I'm just not sure on like the blending it does. You know what I mean? Like the sit down of it all, I do like it. But like this one I'm not for sure on. I'm still using it though. I'm usually using it to be honest with you, but it's not one I can like say, oh yes, this is a good one. Well, it is a good one, but I can't say it's like one of my all-time favorite ones yet. I'm still using it, testing it. And again, everybody's eye shape is different, so different tools are needed. And experience level counts too. I have no experience, so, that's definitely causing me to, have to really be slow and, take my time doing stuff. Because I don't, have the knowledge, A, if I mess up to fix it, or B, like where exactly to put it to begin with. But I find slow and steady wins the race. So why not? Just want to make sure I get both eyes the same. Okay, let's go back into Big City. Because I don't want to lose that color. I really do. I love the build of these shadows. I really do. There's just something about them. I can't really explain it. Let's go into the industrial shade that I just used on the outer corner and run it right up on the lash line. And this is a good brush too. It's firm, but yet it will, spread your product. But it gets right up in there too at the same time, depending on what you're wanting to use it for. I tend to use it for the pointy part of it to line the lash line, to be honest. And brushes can do multiple things, and they don't have to be used for what they're intended to be used for. You can use them for anything. Let me make sure that they're compatible with powder or cream, but other than that, it shouldn't matter. Okay, let's go back into Big City and just sort of make sure we can blend that out some, because we don't want to lose that color either. And I already did my waterline. I used the ColourPop and Avatar collection in Blown Away for my waterline, so did that. Now let's go into the shade, here it is, Ornate, and it's this purple color. It's a metallic purple. It's really pretty. I'm not going to spray it. I'm just going to pick it up and put it on the lid. And as I was applying it onto the lid, I realized that it's pretty dark, as you can see. And I really wasn't going to take it this dark in this look, but I had put it on the lid already and I was there, you know? So I had to think of something to do to kind of lighten it up a little bit because I do have to go out. And you want to feel comfortable, you know, in my own skin going out. Granted, I think I could have wore this just like this out, but I don't know. I just felt it was a little bit too dark for me. In theory, you know? And some people can definitely pull this off, but not me. Not me. So even though this is really dark, I was looking at the palette and I kind of wanted to stick to that first row, like I said. So I ended up going into this light icy blue shade, which is called Grwm. I guess it's more icy blue though than chrome color, to be honest. But it helped in kind of brightening up this inner portion here of the lid so that I felt a little bit more, not so deep and dark, you know? It didn't do it much, don't get me wrong, it's not really like brighten it up that much, but enough to make me feel comfortable, you know what I mean? And again, I just love these shades because the texture, it obviously you're going to see texture, you know, it is what it is, but it doesn't make it worse, you know? And in some areas of my lid, it actually kind of hides it a little bit, which I appreciate. And I didn't spray the brushes or anything. I don't have any kind of adhesive down, but yet I'm not getting any fallout either. So I only took it over a little bit because I still did want that darker shade to be seen. And it is a very pretty purple. I mean, you can definitely go very vampy with this palette if you want to, or very grungy even. Like, there's a number of things you can do with this palette for sure. No doubt. And I think that's why this palette, it's kind of important with the addition to the other palette, because you have your everyday staples, you could say, but then this one can take you to day to night, to just to have fun, to play, whatever, you know what I mean? Is how I feel about this particular palette. Okay, then for inner corner, I went into Ritzy. And I think I used every shade on this top row using this look. So we're going to put Ritzy right in the corner. Just to sort of brighten it up a little bit. Just like that. And I mean, this isn't like my favorite look. I could definitely have done better. I'll grant you that. I definitely could have done better using this palette, but I just want to show the importance of the palette itself, but the collection as a whole. I really do not think you can go wrong with this collection. I mean, I just highly suggest it. Let me do something here. I feel like I need to darken this side up now. Or make it even or something. There we go. Yeah, Much better. For the top lashes, I'm going to use the YSL Lash Clash. But let me know if you purchased this or if you're thinking about it, because I'm really curious if like you kind of feel the same about this particular palette or if it's just me. And I'm not saying like this is the best eyeshadow on the planet, don't get me wrong there. I'm saying that for the price point, for what you get, and it being in a holiday collection, because usually holiday collections suck. I'm gonna be honest. But Tarte has done something here with their formula, and I think it is so much better than ever. And I just think overall that brand is really bringing it with a lot of their products. In my opinion. Alright, I think I got the mascara one good enough. And then for the bottom lashes, I'm going to use the Lancome Deaf and Seals. I don't know what my lashes are doing today, to be honest. They're doing something though, aren't they? Alright. And I'm still really loving this nail color. In the nail ink stuff for Red Velvet, it came with a set of nail polishes. A set of 4. From Sephora. And I'm really loving it. And for perfume, I've been loving the Huda Beauty, the cherry, the one they just released, I think. It's in a red bottle. I bought the big size. First I bought the travel just to smell it. And then I bought the bigger size of it. And it's a little pricey, I'll give you that. But it is a great smell for like, especially now. It's a really pretty smell. And I got a little bit of mascara there. What is that called? Love Fest, I think is what it says on the bottle. Where did it go? How does that disappear on me, my little brush thing? I don't know. But somehow I managed to hit my cheekbone putting on that mascara. Alright. I think that both sides are even. As far as eye shape. It is so hard to do this with one eye and then the other, to be honest. I'm not going to lie there either. But I try. Alright. Anyway, this is the final look using that palette. And like I said, Not my favorite look, but I do believe that this palette is equally as important. And if you combine them both, I really feel like this palette can get you through the year doing whatever kind of looks that you're probably in the mood for. So, but that is all I have for you today. I do have some newer palettes coming, so I'm excited for those. Um, what else do I have? I have something else too coming. I can't think of what it is now, but I'm excited because not that I need anything new, but I love to be the fool that buys the new stuff. So, but that is all I have. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sunday. I'm sorry for doing a lot of rambling in this video, but all in all, I think it turned out really good. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.